Alright, so I'm going to do the Scrimba challenge, and I'm going to try to do it in one take. And one thing I will apologize about is if there's a screaming baby in the background, I don't really have much control over that. So let's go into the challenge. I literally haven't even read it yet, so I'm going to read it out loud. So the challenge is, in our restaurant, the chef has some favorite dishes in 2 different categories. The chef loves all the dishes that start with S, while the rest are regular dishes. Use array destructuring to create arrays of the chef's favorite dishes of meat and fish, and to create arrays of the regular meat and fish dishes. Okay, so modify these 4 variables first. So what he wants to do, loves all the dishes that start with S. So he loves salmon, he loves salty chicken, I don't know what that is. So he loves spaghetti as well. Use array destructuring to create arrays of meat. Okay, so I don't even know. Modify these first. What do they want me to do? Like just destructure the fish dishes? Chefs, fish dishes. So all the fish that's like a tongue twister. So all the fish dishes that start with S, I'm guessing. So he wants us to destructure those. I don't even know. So let's try. Let me move this to the side a little bit. Let's try. So we equal it. The fish dishes. Let's see what happens when we console.log chefs fish dishes. So we get all of them. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm wrapping fish dishes in array literal syntax, and then I'm using the spread operator to transfer all of the elements from the original array onto this new array. So this fish dishes is a new array that is now chef's fish dishes. Okay, so it's just cloning. So I think what we want here though is that to say starts with S. Okay, so we can't do that. So we can't. Okay, what we can do here instead, so we can't use the starts with method. I think it's an array method, but instead we can just do, we can destructure the salmon. So we can destructure, we can say const, what's a good name for it? We can say, oh, what the heck did I just do? We can do S equals chef's fish dishes. So now if we console.log S, we only get salmon. So yeah, salmon is his only favorite dish for the fish dishes because it starts with the S. So okay, so it says while the rest are regular dishes. So I'm guessing what he wants me to do here is include the rest of them into a new array so that they're together. So to do that, we can use something called, I don't know the name of, let's go back to the notes real quick. It's the rest operator. I do know the name of it. So this is the rest operator. So basically what this means is that since we only destructured salmon from it and put that into the variable of S, we can now take the rest of them. So rest, meaning the 3 dots, very similar to the array destructure operation, or no, to the array spread. But since we're using it inside of array destructuring, it stands for rest. Hopefully I explained that right. So we can do that. We can put it in an array called, I guess. So cannot, hold on, what's going on here? Cannot parse given error object. Okay, what's going on here? Let's see if it's this line of code. it is giving us this error here on this line of code. So we'll do that. So we gave it this, and then the regular fish dishes are going to be equal fish. Let me see what happens when I do this. So we're going to create that same, we're going to be cloning fish dishes again, and I just want to see what's going to happen. So cannot access an uninitialized variable. Oh, I need this instead. Okay, so we just cloned it again and we got the variables again. So sheesh, this is actually kind of difficult. So what we can do here, we can do a lot of things here actually. So we can just slice. We can slice from 0 to 1. And then that's slicing out obviously the salmon. So we're going to slice that. This is the thing, like there's just so many different things we can freaking do. So we're gonna just slice out salmon, and then what we want to do to return the rest of the array is we're gonna say ... fish dishes slice from 1 plus 1, right? Okay, so that returns fish and chips, but salmon is still included. But we're starting from the 0. How about 0, 0? What does that do? We just get fish and chips. Okay, that's weird. So we can remove this console.log. Let's see what's going on here. So it's including salmon, even though salmon is 0, 1, 2. So we're going from 0 to 1 to 2. So I don't know why it's I don't know why it's doing that. That's really weird. So what if we find the index of const? We can say, I forgot how to do this. Let me check my notes real quick. How to find the index of something. So it should be up here somewhere. Meatloaf index. So where's that code? So yeah, this is what I'm trying to do here. So we're basically spreading and cloning the all menus idea and then slicing out from 0 to salad index. And then we can either replace it or we can just give it the rest. But I'm trying to find out how to find the index one more time. I kind of forgot. So salad index here. So it's find index. So let's just say const salmon index equals fish dishes dot its index of, right? Find index. Find index. And then this is a callback function. So we're going to say index, right? Well, we can use anything. We're just going to use index. Or we can just say fish, because they're all fish. So we're going to say fish, and then what are we going to say next? Okay, so the fish has to equal the salmon relets. So now if we console.log the salmon index, it'll tell us that it's the 0 index. So we can start from 0, 0, but it still only gives us fish and chips. So that's really weird. I don't know what's going on there. Okay. So let's just remove this. It's giving us empty array. So I wonder if I accidentally modified something up here. So let chef's fish dishes equals a cloned fish dishes. And then we destructure s. We equal that to chef's fish dishes. So what if we get the rest and put them into regular dishes? So that's not working. So let's go down here and see what's going on. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm doing, right? Cannot parse given error object. Oh, I think we're doing the wrong one. No, we're not, because this is just a cloned version of this. Wow, I don't know why we're getting this error. That's kind of weird. We just have to keep working through this issue though. Get our little problem solving skills going. Honestly, I want to start over. I do. So let's just start over. This is gonna be a really weird video to look back on, but let's just start over and just read. So in our restaurant, the chef has some favorite dishes in 2 different categories. So we have 2 different categories, right? And then loves all the dishes that start with est, while the rest are regular dishes. Use array destructuring to create arrays of the chef's favorite dishes of meat, fish, and create arrays of the regular meat. Okay. So it's going to equal to an array of fish dishes. So now we console.log chef's fish dishes, and then we get all of them, right? So now if we want to just get the s, we're going to say const, and then we're going to say favorite, and then the rest can be added into regular, and that's going to equal out to chef's fish dishes. Right, I thought that's what I was doing the first time. So now if we console.log favorite, so yeah, we get that. So now we know that the const, do they need to, let's see, let's read back again. So there's a chef's, okay, so maybe we don't. So obviously here, let me put this back like that. So now we just need to get the regular dishes, which we can just clone regular, right? So now we can go down here, we can console.log the regular fish dishes, and the regular fish dishes are just going to be grilled tuna, whatever that is, and fish and chips. That's what I was trying to do the whole time. I don't know why it was just working now. That's weird. Maybe I was just doing something wrong and I just had to start over. Okay, so I mean, we just have to do the same thing with the chef's meat dishes. But I honestly want to take a different approach when answering the second one. I want to kind of see if we can use like the slice method and like the cloning in, I guess, more action. I don't know how I would say it, but let's do this one. So what's weird here is that we can say const, or we can say console.log favorite, and then it'll give us that, and we can even put it like that, and then it's like a key value pair inside of an object. So now we can say favorite is that, and then regular fish dishes, no, don't do that, no, regular fish dishes is gonna be grilled tuna. Well, I mean, that one didn't really make sense. So I want to explain this before I move on. So we took the chef's fish dishes and we cloned the original fish dishes, and we logged this out. And then once we log this out, obviously it's just a clone of the original. And then what we did next is that we destructured it with the rest operator. That was super loud, probably picked up on my mic. So we said const favorite. So now the first item in the array will be put into the favorite variable. So salmon is now favorite, or placed into favorite. And then the rest of these items are placed into an array, or yeah, an array with the rest operator, or the 3 dots. Remember, when we're destructuring arrays and we use the triple dots, it's now the rest operator. And with the rest operator, it's basically creating a new array to put these elements here that we didn't end up using. And then we equaled it to chef's fish dishes because that's the array we are destructuring from. So when we console log out favorite, obviously we get the salmon because that's what was placed into it. And then when we first of all, before we go that far, we took the regular fish dishes and we just put the array of regular and we just cloned it. So I wonder if we didn't clone it, what would happen? So if we didn't clone it, it would do the same exact thing, but just cloned it anyway. So we just cloned it over from chef's fish dishes and we logged it out. And what you'll see here is that salmon is not included because it's in favorite and not regular. So with this second one, do arrays as well. Oh, so that's what was down here. So, okay, so we can put them all together in the end. So we'll just leave that for the end. So for the chef's meat dishes, I want to try something different. So I want to say chef's meat dishes. How do we take, so first of all, we obviously have to clone fish dishes. And this is just, I'm just doing this in order to make it immutable. Or let me make sure I use that word right. Yeah, I just did this to make sure it was immutable so that when we immute or change this array, it's not changing the original. I love how there's just like all types of sound going on right now. So we did that. And now what I want to do is I want to take chef's meat dishes and I want to say, I want to dot slice it so bad because I want to start from 0. Or what if do we have to start this with a variable? So we can say chef's meat. Oh wait, we could even just, hold on. We can even just do it here. So we can say regular meat dishes equals the array of chef's meat dishes, but dot slicing from 0 to 1. So when we dot slice from 0 to 1, what's going to happen here is it's going to start at 0, go to 1, and cut out lasagna, which is what it should do. And then chef's meat dishes dot slice from 1 plus 1 is basically saying slice out the first lasagna because it's not with the S, and take spaghetti and sauteed chicken, whatever that is, and return that to us. So now this should work if we console.log regular meat dishes. Yeah, it did work. Let's go. So one thing about this is that I think I had to do this. I forgot to spread it. So as you can tell, they're in their own separate arrays. So if you spread it, it'll be in one array, and that's what we wanted. So since these two are both S's, the regular meat dishes can be merged with the favorite. And the way we would do this is getting really complex right now. So the way we would do this is going to the chef's dishes, and that's going to equal to ... favorite and ... regular meat dishes. So let's console.log the chef's dishes. Whoa, what the heck just happened here? Okay, so, oh, I see what happened. So since this is a variable and not an actual array, it's putting every single item in its own array. So that's not what we wanted here. And it's still including fish and chips. So that's no good. So let's do that. So we get back salmon, and then we get back salmon again. That's not what we want either. So one thing we're going to do here, just so that I can actually see this code, we're going to comment out all these console.logs and know that we got these answers right, and we can move on. So, oh, don't delete that. So what's happening here is that we're getting salmon twice. That's really weird. So favorite, and then we can get regular meat dishes. But why are we getting... That's really weird because meat dishes doesn't have that. So I messed something up probably with the whoa, hold on. There's something wrong in the step before. So in the step before, regular meat dishes is salmon. That's not even the right thing. That's weird. So it's gonna equal the chef's meat dishes. Oh, wait, what did we do here? We took chef's meat dishes and we just took the fish dishes instead of the meat dishes. Okay, so that works now. So that was really weird. So let's just take a few steps back. So what we did wrong there was when we said the chef's meat dishes, we actually cloned over the fish dishes, which was not what we were trying to do. We were trying to clone over the meat dishes because that's where we're at now. And then after, there's something weird happening with my slicing where I start from 0 and grab 1. It'll still include lasagna, which is 0. So if we say 0, 0, it takes out spaghetti. That's really weird. What if this is 1? No, same thing, because that's where it starts. So if we say 0, and then we just find the index. I think I was trying to do this earlier and it still didn't work. So let me see an example of where I did that here. So from 0 to meatloaf, and then it cuts out meatloaf. But then from meatloaf index plus 1, and then it includes the rest of it. So let's find the index of this real quick. I don't know if this is going to work, but it's worth a try. So slice 0, 1. I think this is the same thing, but something is happening in order to fix this. Okay, yep, once again, dot slice newly added. Okay, so this is still, yeah, we have to do the find index. So let's find the index of lasagna. Lasagna, did I spell that right? Lasagna. Okay, equals, no, the index equals, we're gonna say meat dishes dot, and then what was that method again? Find index. Find index. We're looking for the index of where the index equals lasagna. Okay, so what's happening here? Meat dishes dot find index is not a function. So chef's meat dishes is what I meant to do. So lasagna index, let's say let. No, it can be const because we're not going to change this. I'm just doing something wrong here. Okay, so I spelled this wrong. Okay, so now if we console.log lasagna index, we get 0. So we want to start from 0 and go to lasagna index. And then we want to say lasagna index plus 1. Yes, let's go. So it worked. Okay, so what we had to do is find the index of lasagna, and which is 0, which is so weird, but maybe that's just something that needs to happen. So after we found the index of lasagna here with this code, with the find index, we can say start from 0 and end at lasagna index. And then go back, add the rest of the array by cloning the chef's meat dishes again and slicing out, but this time start from lasagna index plus 1, which is basically just saying give us the rest of the items that are in here. So we could do it this way in this example because both of these starts with S and his favorite dishes start with an S. So now we can say the chef's dishes are all of the ones that start with the S. So I think we can do it with the array literal syntax. So favorite started with an S, and then regular meat dishes. So now let's just take this out. And let's console.log the chef's dishes. And then boom. So all we have to do now is spread this. So since it's not destructuring, this isn't the rest. This is actually just spreading the array. But if we like equaled it, then it'd be destructuring. So all the chef's dishes are in here. So all of them that start with an S. So if we go back, salmon starts with an S. It's in there. Grilled tuna doesn't start with an S. And fish and chips doesn't start with an S. So none of those are in here. So lasagna doesn't start with an S. Spaghetti and the sauté chicken, these are both in here because they both start with S. And now with the regular dishes, we can equal this out to just all of the dishes. So what I'm thinking we can do here is just literally get the fish dishes, spread them out, and get the meat dishes and spread them out. So now if we console.log irregular dishes, we get all of the dishes. So we get salmon, grilled tuna, fish and chips, lasagna, spaghetti, and the chicken. So that was my solution. I actually want to see what he's going to do now. So I'm going to save this and I want to see what he's going to do. Okay, of course it's not playing through my headphones. So I'm just going to skip forward for the sake of wanting to see what he does. Okay, so let me see what he's going to do here. And I just want to break down his code. So he's starting off with let chef's meat, chef's fish dishes. Oh, he's just creating it inside of the let, whereas I created it outside. Okay, so that's one difference. So he basically just structured them together. So now the regular fish dishes, where does he getting regular fish dishes? Modify, so regular fish dishes equals fish dishes. And now he's saying regular meat dishes. Okay, I need to watch this whole video because I don't really know what process he was using. But I mean, my process worked. We did the same thing that he was trying to do. He just probably did it a little bit different. But I guess that's it.